expecting that for APG, they will be literally all over the place with the Luna pick.
Yeah, but here we go. Alpha Gaming up 2-1 match point. They have a potential to knock them out at this point. Let's see how it goes. Chantel, Sagi, please take it away.
And already at the start of the game here, we see an aggressive play between Saber and Maze towards that mid lane river here. For the side of Shazan and Aaron, both of them not really looking to give away that lead. On towards the top side here, JD and Darfin here simultaneously swapping that lane, really fight for that control.
Yeah, as much as possible, if you have a Diadea on your lineup, you want to be on the aggressive side. So things are pretty good for the side of APG, but there's gonna be pokes early game.
Yeah, Aaron here potentially has to force a wind flash. Misses the flash on towards the river pit here. That is such a painful play coming in for the Wetrnd mid lane.
Of course, very crucial one. And it's against Zia. As much as possible, we want Zia to level up continuously, not be the target as much as possible. So APG looking good on this game number 4. Again, match point for the team. 1-0 on this 1 minute game and 800 gold lead for an early game. I think that's pretty huge, and it's up against a mid lane.
And you're giving it to none other than JD in this matchup here as we see Maze
Yulong
gets caught out here. Yulong does arrive here, but it is a secure we're talking about. Those ride the wins, he could really get out of danger very easily.
Yeah, I would agree for that. And right now the pressure is really on the farm lane, and they know that Darfin's confident with this Marco Polo. I think for most PKL teams, we're gonna be playing it well.
And we see an engage coming through from Saber here on towards Maze, getting away to safety here. That was so close for comfort.
So close, so close. Good thing he has the flash for that one. And APG starting things really fast in terms of the resources, because it is pretty huge. 1.5k gold lead. You have consistently having Shizan farm and even clear the minion wave. And remember, Shizan was the MVP. No, it was a Jihong. It's his Hing.
Yes, Zihong yesterday on that UC performance.
Yes. Anyway, they play really well on the mid lanes and talk about precision and even position around the team fight. So for Wetrnd right now, they need to do something, probably a trade.
Saber gets caught up by the Universal Law. It's so darn low. Saber with the last hit coming in from Darwin. Beautiful stuff coming in from Wetrnd's mid lane here. Although a shaky early game, Aaron still makes his marker for that counterplay.
That is what Wetrnd needs for this game as much as possible. Limit the lead that APG has. And the focus really on the farm lane. I'm really looking forward as to how Syndicate and Siang will play on the objective that we will have a few minutes from now. Still, APG is able to sustain this goal lead, so it's very different from game number 1, because even though Wetrnd was effective early game, APG still has that momentum on having Yulong get those farms. That's the difference.
Yeah,
it's something that Wetrnd has to fix for this game number 4 for them to be able to secure game number 5.
And you can see all these farms falling to the pockets of Yulong. JD is also getting a lot of these attention coming in from the mid and roam for the side of Alpha Gaming here. You can see multiple members for the side of APG just funneling these resources, these vision to really protect this late game channel on this marksman.
Yeah, that's true. And I gotta say, we really have to commend how Saber has been playing. So far, Syndicate is on with the hands of Yulong. That is another initiation yet from APG.
And top side here, we see Darfin going in with the Fever Barrage. Catches onto JD here, going extremely low. As Saber and JD both has to run away. Saber with no flash, with no mobility, gets decimated by Aaron on those attempts here. Very good counter kill once again, coming in from Wetrnd Esports as we are approaching this 4-minute mark. Jungle is in danger for the side of Arise.
Okay, good answer by the side of Wetrnd. We see, okay, a steal from Yulong side on APG, but I think the trade for Wetrnd is going to be on the top lane. So 2-2 steals the score. Okay, talk to me about this. You have 2-2, yes, but there's a huge lead in terms of gold.
So this is coming from two things. Laning phase, whereby Darfin is losing a lot of resources in that minion department, and then the jungle resources, whereby Arise, out of all that chaos, is also the losing factor here, losing all these buffs into the hands of Yulong.
It's probably because also on the difference of the jungle kits that we have. Again, Assassin versus a more sustainable jungle or utility hero. So 2-2 again, 3-1 for this. In terms of the difference, in terms of gold, you have 4.3k for the Luna and 3k. But there will be a lot of pokes, a lot of block that Saber has been doing all throughout the game. Very consistent. So it is very effective against Wetrnd. They could probably take down this tower at the top lane, to which they are able
catches
to.
onto 2. And we see some form of a follow-up coming in from Saber here, but this monkey is just so darn tanky in these exchanges here. So far, we see Xiang going a bit too low here. Damage does come through coming in from Arrow here, as we see Yulong going in for an aggressive play onto Syndicate here. Syndicate, too low for comfort here, has to back away towards safety.
You saw that damage coming in from the player, particularly Yulong.
So bad.
And it's so massive that the Syndicate wasn't able to sustain that one. So it's going to be a tall order for Wetrnd for the longer team fight.
Xiang going in, fails the flash, has to bail out. Universal Law catches onto him, does use the set on towards the monkey, towards the wall. As we see, this buff is not long for long for the side of APG. They do steal away this Azure Golem, but with blinking Hellfires here, Wetrnd Esports wants to really stop this retreat back towards the mid lane.
You know what, for APG, they've been playing really fast.
Yulong goes in, gets
fast.
the kill. That is a mechanical prowess of this Luna here as the port. Catches none. Syndicate in no man's land, goes towards the back like here. Diadea with the key shield here. Saber saving Shisan's life.
Okay, 2 players on the side of Wetrnd. At this moment, Wetrnd needs to regroup because APG is all over the place, even on the jungle camps. So it feels like for APG, they're really taking control of this game, and Yulong is all over the place. I mean, if you look at the hero composition of Wetrnd, there's no player that could actually stop a Luna that decently and that fast whenever they are in the middle of a team fight.
That is such a good point that you pointed out, Chantel, because in towards the banning phase coming in for the side of APG, they really ban out a lot of these jungle counters on the Luna. You ban away the Liang, Morton, and also the Pei. That gives so much room for Yulong on this Luna to just cruise around the gorge with no worries.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely, and it's very evident on this game. Just imagine 2-1 on this Luna. So for Wetrnd, they might want to take things slow, but I don't think APG is giving them the time. It's just APG. They know the strengths of their lineup, and so the weakness.
Mage catches on the 2 with that Bowberry power here, immediately annihilates Saber here. Xiang trying to look for a re-engage here, but JD once again on that channel with a triple kill.
Somebody has to stop JD on this one. He's on the roll, triple kill, and Yulong against Arise at the middle lane.
Arise! You are not going at the same place here. Arise is no longer for the world, and he is sent to sleep.
Safe to say, APG definitely is winning this game. I mean, at this point, you only have Darfin and even a Maze available to defend the high ground tower, but I don't think they won't be able to. So a 9-4 is the score, 7.6k gold lead for APG. This is gonna be tough for Wetrnd.
This is exactly what we talk about, the Wetrnd playstyle coming in from game number 2. If you want to fight, PKL brings it to you. But APG and the coaching staff, they realize that they like to fight. Let's draft a strong early game composition around JD, Yulong, and then you have a fight.
I mean, they know their ways against.
And then we are going in again. Yulong finding on towards Aaron here as Arise is limping away. JD finding the kill on towards Arise. 5v3 in favor for the MKL fan favorites as the first kill tree falls at 8 minutes 30 seconds of the game.
Masterful play again from APG. Massive lead.
Massive lead.
10.7k for 8 minutes. I mean, you're more than a K or more than 1,000 for every
They're going
minute.
for the end as we see the board lays through. Maze getting caught in no man's land with the final few kills here. Darfin wants to save the game, but the game is going into the favor of Alpha Gaming as they close the series 3-1 for the MKL Nation.
Another win for a Malaysian team at K.